Okay, there we go. That was. Wait for a second.
Moana set sails across the Pacific, but then just got lost at the box office.
First one is Levi Nix, then Legion of Men, and then we're gonna do a third one. The Moana situation.
Oh my god.
Is it really that bad? The live action?
This just reminds me of myself in the morning. Just a massive flop. Let's get off into it.
You know, one of the things I appreciate about modern culture is how quick and efficient everything's become. See, it used to be that you had to wait at least a generation to see your favourite childhood movies and franchises get completely bastardised by pointless, creatively bankrupt, soul-sucking, cash-grab remakes. But Disney, bless their shriveled black hearts, have found a way to fast-track the whole process with Moana, a live-action remake of an animated movie that came out in 2016.
And from my understanding, this movie did pretty well. There's really no reason to sit here and redo a movie that did well in 2016. It's been a decade, bro. Like, let it live. Put a one in the chat if you agree. Why are we doing live action remakes instead of putting out new content?
Even doing here, lads? Like, seriously, this is like some kind of weird social experiment at this point. How much of the same crap can you shove down people's throats before the gag reflex kicks in and they try to fight you off? Well, in Tatiana...
It's like foie gras. It's like when they make foie gras with ducks. They're just overfeeding until the liver gets fat. You know what's another thing I don't understand? I went to Target the other day, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has a shampoo line.
He does.
You know what Dwayne Johnson and my wife have in common? They're bald from the eyelashes down. What are you talking about? This man's got a shampoo line. This man ain't got a speck of hair on his body except his eyebrows and his eyelashes, yet you're pushing out shampoo? Make it make sense, dude. Make it make sense. Why does this man have a shampoo line?
In this case, you'd be quite surprised. Anyway, the point I'm making here is that live-action Moana, coming barely a decade after the original and hot on the heels of Moana 2, has got to be one of the most baffling movie releases of the entire year. Or any year for that matter. I just can't figure this one out, man. Snow White, for all its faults, I could at least understand on a commercial level because it was a remake of a movie from the 1930s. This is a remake of a film so new that the little kids who watched it back in the day are still teenagers now. Anyway, all of this is my way of saying that Moana is a bad movie. Not bad in the same way that Supergirl was bad. Jesus, it might suck, but it's not dangerous. But bad...
Supergirl was hot garbage.
Bad in the way that a low-effort cover band charging the same ticket prices as the original is bad. Bad in the way that a cheap Temu knockoff of some high-quality brand furniture is bad. Ultimately, what this film is a copy, a lazy replica, an inferior clone of something that was actually pretty good. A movie that has absolutely no reason for existing except the hope of squeezing more money out of retarded Disney audiences. And apparently it's not doing too well at that either. Anyway, let's get the plot synopsis over with. And this should be an easy one because it's literally the exact same story as the original. So anyway, Moana is a young girl living on an island in the South Pacific, and in typical Disney fashion, she dreams of leaving her small life behind and exploring the wider world. But her family tells...
It's the feminist fairy tale. I'm gonna leave this all behind and move on to greater pastures. Maybe not pastures, but maybe other, plots of land, maybe? Maybe another island.
Or no, she has to stay behind and take command of the tribe. But when shit hits the fan, her gran tells her that some arsehole named Maui once stole the heart of an ocean goddess like 1,000 years ago, and if they don't find him and get him to return it soon, their island's gonna get destroyed by a bad volcano demon. That right there is her quest. So she sets sail and immediately gets shipwrecked, but that's okay because she just so happens to wash up on Maui's island so that the rest of the plot can happen, and so the movie becomes a kind of road trip buddy comedy on the the ocean, where Moana has to convince Maui to return the heart, but he's like, nah, I'm not doing that until you help me get my magical fish hook back. Jesus fucking Christ, talk about busy work. You've had like 1,000...
So far, such a dumb plot, dude. If you're anything like me, you've probably got your morning routine built around coffee or energy drinks just to stay productive. The problem is you get the jitters, you start crashing, and feeling like you just need another hit just to function. Pouches. And see...
years to get this hook back, mate. Are you seriously telling me you had to wait for some teenage girl to help you out? Anyway, so they get the hook and they go back to the island in time for the volcano demon to attack them, and Maui redeems himself by distracting it long enough for Moana to get to the demon, only to realize the demon is the ocean goddess who turned evil after Maui stole her heart. So anyway, she puts it back and then everything's fine again. And that's it, that's the plot for Moana.
Right.
Right.
Now, how best to describe this movie? Well, you know when you reheat a takeaway the next day because you're too lazy and hungover to make yourself a proper meal? It's the same food you remember, and it sort of looks the same, but it's all gone a bit stale and unpleasant now, and you've got to...
Well, they kind of went frame for frame. What's the point of doing a live action if you're going to go frame for frame? Either change the story, do a continuation of the story, do something a little bit different. If you're just going to do frame for frame, what's the freaking point besides just squeezing every dollar out you can, dude?
In suspicion it's going to leave you glued to the toilet bowl for the rest of the day. Well, that's basically live action Moana for you. Like I said before, it's practically a shot-for-shot remake of the original, adding absolutely nothing new, expanding on none of the characters, scenes or world building, and ultimately leaving you scratching your head why they even bothered to make it. You'd get the same exact effect if you ran the original through an AI filter and just told it to render it in photorealistic graphics. In fact, it would probably be a better experience because then you wouldn't have to deal with some of the worst prosthetics, least convincing...
Bro, just... some of these, like his bodysuit, bro. Dwayne The Rock Johnson's already buff. Just let him be buff. Why'd y'all add a fat suit on the butt? It just, oh my god.
Prosthetics, least convincing wigs, laziest acting, and ugliest visuals I've seen outside of Rings of Power. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with The Rock's ridiculous wig and unconvincing muscle suit, but holy god, seeing his tiny old man head perched atop this gigantic disproportionate body almost makes Hassan Piker look normal. On that subject, actually, I suspect one of the big reasons for making this film now instead of waiting the obligatory 20 years was to get it out there while The Rock was still young enough to pull it off. The thing is, I hate to say it, but I think that ship might have sailed already. I can't...
Bro, The Rock, he almost 60 years old. He's somebody's grandpa. You know, give this to somebody else. Give this to like Roman Reigns, the WWE wrestler. You know what I mean? Give this to somebody else. The Rock don't need this. He already got $1 billion. Why does he need this role?
The man's work ethic, obviously, but no amount of pumping iron can change the fact he's in his mid-50s now, and facially at least, he fucking looks it, especially after dropping a bunch of weight recently. The Maui from the animated movie was this big...
Bro, he's like a fat 20-year-old dude in the original.
Expressive, larger-than-life character. He wasn't meant to look like a realistic human because... well, he wasn't, and it worked. The Rock's voice combined with the over-the-top animations hid his acting shortcomings, and it was a perfect combination. Now he just looks like, well, The Rock. And that is not a good thing in this movie.
Bro, The Rock with hair too is bad. I don't know, I put a 1 in the chat if you agree. The Rock with hair... he just needs to stay bald, bro.
Plus side though, I can at least say that Catherine Lagaya does a good job as Moana. She's a good physical match for the character, she plays well off The Rock, and for someone who's never done a feature film before, I think she's a pretty good presence on screen.
And you know what I found out? This girl right here has naturally long, pretty wavy hair. They made her wear a wig. Can't make it up.
About it as far as my praise goes though. Visually, this film's another massive downgrade. Again, the animated movie was this vibrant, colourful cartoon world that looked gorgeous because you could take it in the spirit it was intended. Trying to ground it in reality just leaves it looking flat and dull, and even worse, most of it looks like it was shot against a volume screen. The backgrounds look weirdly dimensionless and lit all wrong, and it's such a jarring disappointment because you'd think shooting in real locations would be the big pull of a film like this. All that being said though, at least the production worked hard to cast authentic actors and do justice to Polynesian culture. Moana creatives on working...
Working closely to honor Polynesian culture and traditions and why representation matters in a live-action film. Okay, all right. Let's see if they're actually Polynesian, though.
And why representation matters in a live-action film.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Oh, fucking really? That's interesting, isn't it? Interesting how cultural fidelity and authentic casting suddenly becomes important when your movie is about the right kind of people.
That's so true. No cultural appropriation on this one, chat.
In fact, I'm pretty sure I made this exact point in my Odyssey video.
God, that was... I got an Odyssey video that movie's hot dog garbage, too.
There's this weird assumption that every other culture, race, and ethnic group in the world are entitled to their own unique stories, history, and identity, and it all has to be carefully fenced off, protected, and respected. Whereas anything...
Wait, is that an Indian woman? Is that an Indian woman in like 1850s England or 1500s? What is this?
Carefully fenced off, protected, and respected. Whereas anything created by white Europeans is treated like some generic all-you-can-eat buffet that everyone's allowed to stick their hands into. Ladies and gentlemen, we officially live in Clown World. That's the only way I can describe it at this point. Generations from now, academics are going to point to this period in human history and laugh their arses off about the sheer depth of our retardation. Anyway, I think I've wandered enough with this one. What I'm trying to say with all this pish is that the Moana live-action remake sucks, and if you want a viewing experience that won't make you lose faith in the human race, save yourself the money and just watch the original from 2016.
Yeah, I didn't watch the original either, so I don't know anything about the movie. I see those Disney movies, and even if they do look good, I'm always like, these are for kids. I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna be watching this movie. It's for children. You know, I've just never been about that. If it's an animated movie, I just assume that it ain't for me. I just go ahead and assume that it ain't for me. But some people are talking about it. I found this clip.
This ain't Maui.
This is good.
This ain't Maui.
They should have cast Kevin Hart, you know.
What do you mean?
Look at you, man. You ain't fooling anybody.
Do you know who I am? I am Maui Shapeshifter.
Shapeshifter? More like cosplayer. Take that goddamn wig off, man.
This isn't a wig.
Prove it. Do a hair flip.
All right, fine. Oh, shit.
I love it. Should have just cast Kevin Hart, bro. I'll be honest. I would have watched the mess out of that film, bro. If they would have cast Kevin Hart as Moana, bro, I'm in theaters. Biggity bet I'm in theaters. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Would you have gone to theaters if Moana would have been? I would have went. Because that would have been hilarious. I knew it would have actually at least been kind of funny just to laugh at it.
Quick review for the new live-action Moana movie. This is the same
Moana? I thought it was Moana.
story as before, as the animated one, so nothing new there. However, they do have a live-action Maui and Moana, but since everything else is fake, it's kind of samey there at the end of the movie.
Brother, did you not brush your teeth before making this video? I can't even watch the rest of your take. You got a chiclet in your toofies. I can't even take it serious. I can't even take you serious. You got a whole chiclet, a whole chive in that front right incisor. I can't be taking you serious. Do I got anything in my teeth, chat? See, I try to keep the teeth clean, bro. Come on now.
Do you know why Disney is set to lose $100 million on their Moana live-action remake? Because I have a good guess as to why.
Because nobody wants to see it, and it's the same exact movie. It's the same exact... It's like me pumping out the same exact video.
They allowed their actor to walk out there and make all sorts of insane claims and push these leftist woke talking points, and nobody wants to hear that. They just want to see you act. The other thing is, apparently this movie is just full of AI slop, allegedly. I don't know. I don't want Disney to come for me. But I'm going to play you what The Rock said, and then we're going to discuss if you think that's why this movie is tanking.
The first time you ever saw it.
Dwayne Johnson said he lacked cultural representation in the media growing up. Indiana Jones inspired me when I was 8 years old watching Harrison Ford. I was like, I want to be that guy, but that guy didn't look like me. Oh my God, what are you, a child? Who cares?
Your culture represented in a way that wasn't a character.
I watched wrestling. I liked Booker T. And I wasn't a big, massive, buff black dude, but I was like, I don't care. He's still cool.
Sure. That you said.
I liked Lil Wayne. I didn't care that he didn't look like me.
That is me in there.
No, I don't. Other than
I can't even take him serious, bro. You're wearing like leaves and bones and you're asking like some deep question. Run this back, Turbo. I want to see the actual full question so I don't interrupt him. Let me get the full context of this. Let me really digest this in. Fast forward just a smidgen here. All right, here we go.
Ever saw your culture represented in a way that wasn't a caricature, that you said, that is me in there?
No, I don't. Other than, and this is one of the beauties, I think, and one of the blessings of Moana is that live action Moana we can show. Like, hey, this is us. When I was a kid, Indiana Jones inspired me. When I was like 8 years old, watching Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford, I'm like, oh, I want to be that guy. But that guy didn't look like me.
You know, when I was a kid, I didn't worry about things like that. I loved Belle. Belle doesn't match me. I loved The Little Mermaid. I loved all the Disney princesses. Jasmine.
Yeah, I liked the Power Rangers. I liked Batman, Spider-Man. What else did I like as a kid? I liked Goku. I liked Booker T. I liked a lot of hip-hop. Because when I was a kid, the only channels that we really had that you could see girls shaking their tuchus meats was BET, and so I watched a lot of BET as a kid. I watched a lot of BET, so I knew about all the hip hop and rap songs by the time I was a very young one. I was probably a little too young to know all these things, to be honest with you, bro. But yeah, man, we're just not represented enough. You know, it's just not enough. Dude, I don't get it. It's like, dude, it's like whatever, man. Not everybody's going to be represented all the time. You're not always going to have somebody that looks like you, acts like you, talks like you, and can, be just like you in every way. It's part of the world, bro. It's part of the world. I just don't get why people want it to. Yeah, I don't know why Hollywood really needs to figure it out, because I'm ready to see good movies that have big budgets again. I'm really ready to see these big budget movies that are good, but we're just not there. They do all the hot dog water woke garbage, underrepresented. I just don't understand it. We need to get to a point where, and I'll keep it a thou wow with y'all. I'm gonna keep it a thou wow. I actually, because The Little Mermaid is Cass's favorite movie, Disney movie. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go watch this movie with Cass. It meant a lot to her. It was like nostalgic, and I'm all about nostalgia. So I was like, cool, let's go watch this. So I watched it, and I actually thought it was good. I didn't care that Halle Bailey wasn't a pale-skinned white girl with red hair. It didn't matter to me. The acting was still good. It was still solid. The cultural appropriation, I guess, or the wokeness of it didn't bother me. I don't remember her running her mouth in stupid interviews. I actually thought the movie was pretty good. It was even though Javier Bardem was her dad, and then she was black, and then she had like a Latina a sister and a white sister and a Puerto Rican. It was all over the place racially, but I believe in the original The Little Mermaid that her sisters were all of different races, and that's cool. That's cool with me. That didn't bother me. The acting was good. It was a solid movie, at least in my opinion. And I don't watch a lot of these. So, but for me, some of these, when it comes to just remaking a movie that's already been made, why are we doing that? Why are we and frame for frame, bar for bar? It just doesn't make sense. I don't get why we're doing that. It doesn't make any sense to me. And then also you're trying to pump these movies out, dude, when there's movies like Obsession that are out right now, The Back Rooms that are out right now. You're talking about, there's some heavy hitters. Now, The Odyssey, good Lord, that one's going to flop pretty hard too. The Odyssey's doing pretty bad. Supergirl's even worse. Speaking of Supergirl, I got some more AI ones for you guys, bro. Let's get off into it.
Oh, here we go.
Oh my God. Worst flop. Oh my God. They are frying this movie, bro. They are frying this movie. Here's another one. God, this Dr. Clown dude is so good. Tickets 25 cents, please. Oh my Lord, have mercy. Nothing. just God, it's too good. It's too good. And then you got the Odyssey with Elliot Page and.
In nature, gender is so fluid. You can be whatever you want to be. See? So valid.
I'm going to do a whole other video about the Odyssey because Elliot Page came out with some more stuff about being woke and this stupidness. So I'm going to do a whole other video about that. A whole other video. So you guys wait for me on that one because I'm just waiting for some more clips to come out. But I don't know about you guys. I'm so sick of just remake after remake after remake and they're woke garbage. And there's the best movies coming out right now. Chat, put one in the chat if you agree. The best movies that are coming out are like made by indie directors. That guy that made Obsession is like a TikTok. He's like a TikToker. And he made a short film on YouTube. Like this, these are where the good movies are coming from. The people with the most money usually are putting out the most slop crap. Let's get off into the comments of the last Odyssey video we did. The Odyssey looks like an SNL skit of Troy. She went to Yale and had never heard of the Odyssey. Academic standards are in the toilet. Excuse me. I'm absolutely fed up with seeing the same actors over and over again. Zendaya, Pattinson, and Holland. Like, seriously, stop. I mean, this is also very true.
True.
They're in every freaking movie. And then Pattinson was in Zendaya's in Dune. She's in this. She's in Spider-Man. Like, she's in everything. It's like, who are you giving a rusty trombone to get all these roles? The Odyssey and Iliad actually give the most screen time or literary focus on women than any other foundational work of literature and history. I did not know that. You didn't win an Oscar, you buy one. Or you don't win an Oscar. Waiting on Black Thor, played by Will Smith, whose weapon is a magic slap that never returns once thrown. Oh my God. Something else that bugs me about this movie, the Mediterranean is one of the most sun-drenched regions of the world, and the Odyssey looks like it was shot in Scotland or Maine in winter. Did they not want Elliot Page to shrivel up and be blown away? History professor here. Okay, this is good. History professor here. The Sinon character that has had a lot of issues was never in the Odyssey. He is added later by Virgil. If anyone wants some background as to the story of the Odyssey and the history of the real war that the poem is based on, I have a lecture that covers it. The Odyssey Explained before you watch the movie, or even if you never do. Interesting. Thank you, sir, for the wisdom. You know, I'm grateful for the Lord of the Rings films were made when they were before telling a story became political. I totally agree. I need to watch. Should I watch the Lord of the Rings again, chat? I haven't watched all of them. I probably should. I love how he can afford ab implants, but he can't afford a fitted suit and a suit that fits him. The Odyssey is Chris Nolan believing his hype and saying, "I'm amazing and untouchable." If Mel Gibson had directed The Odyssey, I would definitely see it, but this Nolan schmuck should have not been allowed to touch this classic. Ellen as a woman was really cute. As a man, she looks super washed out. I agree. The fact that Lupita has a master's degree but has never read the Iliad and the Odyssey makes me question her education. I read those in high school. Yeah, didn't you have to read that? Lupita is sinking into Cynthia Erivo's vibe. Not long before she will grow claws and crying victim on every interview. I'm still waiting for Disney to make Tarzan black. Oh my God. I mean, in all honesty, it makes more sense that Tarzan would be black than white dude. You know what I mean? I was cool with Matt Damon and being Odysseus, but the rest, this is the worst. I thought fetal alcohol Snow White was bad. Or if Tarzan was like Polynesian, if he was Hawaiian or something like that, where there's like, jungles, but I don't know. 20 years later, how do we go from 300 in 2006 to 2026 heckler version of the Odyssey? Is that John Leguizamo, the same person who was complaining about James Franco playing Fidel Castro because he's not Latino? I mean, the ship used in the promos, Viking Longboat. This should be the opening clue. Unless this turns out to be a secret Naked Gun parody, I'm never seeing this disaster. I saw the trailer for Snow White. I want a refund. The trailer came on. I sat on my TV and watched on the couch. I remember saying, still better than Twilight was a thing. It's been a while since Twilight was the bar. Look, it's because none of this is entertainment. It's all propaganda. Has been since the jump. As an American with Greek heritage, I find this movie to be insulting. Not even one Greek in this movie. It feels like the stars of today's movies destroy the prospects before it even hits theaters. I would definitely watch Samuel L. Jackson play Helen of Troy. I don't get it. At this point, it's just all... It's a joke, chat. It's a complete joke, what they're doing. Moana was supposed to make waves, but yet it just made a little ripple. Could barely even make a ripple. It's just wild to me, chat. I think that's why nobody's going to the movies. Nobody goes to the movies. I'm not paying. And then, I don't know about you guys, and put a 1 in the chat if you agree. The movies, it's like $15-$20 just to go to the movies. And then you got the snacks, and you got the popcorn, you got everything. It's very expensive now to just go to the movies.
Shoot.
And in this economy?
Shoot, to be honest, I rarely go to the movies unless it's a really good movie. So
it's crazy. Oh, wait a minute. So, wait a minute. This chick, she apparently the main actress from Moana she's got some nepotism? What's going on? Star Wars actor's daughter, Catherine Lagaya, I don't even know how to say that, celebrates inheriting nepotism ahead of Moana. Inheriting nepotism? The daughter of Star Wars actor Jay, the actress said she inherited nepotism. She added that oh, wait a minute. I recognize this guy. She added that she hopes she makes her father proud. Acting in the Disney remake. You gotta love nepotism. Chat, you guys got any of that? Let me see. Put a 1 in the chat if you got nepotism. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't. You know what my dad's doing? My dad got arrested smoking meth. That's what my dad did. Shout out to you, Dad. Thanks. Father of the year. Nepotism. Must be nice, dude. Must be nice. I didn't get any of that. Self-made right here, chat. Self-frickin-made. I had no nepotism. I had none of it. I wish, bro. I wish. Here's another Supergirl one. Good Lord. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Supergirl made a OnlyFans. You can't make this stuff up, dude. You can't make this stuff up. My God. Jeez, dude. Oh, my God. But yeah, I don't know about you guys. No nepotism, bro. Nobody put me on. My dad, Daddy wasn't there. Dad wasn't there. My mom was... I'm not saying my mom's a nobody because I love my mom, but my mom wasn't famous. My dad wasn't famous. I ain't got no famous brothers. I ain't even got nobody in my family that's... My grandpa was probably the richest person in my family from my knowledge. And he died with about $500,000. Which is, saying a lot in my opinion when he was born in the Great Depression. You guys got anybody in your family that's famous? Any cousins? I'm the most famous person in my family and I ain't even famous. I had one of my nieces, her boyfriend reached out to me. He was like a teenager. And he's like, hey, I follow your content. Just want to know I'm dating your niece. I don't really talk to this niece, by the way, so I don't even really know her. And he's like, hey, I'm dating your niece. It's just so cool to know that, I'm dating the niece of a famous person. And I'm like, bro, I ain't famous. I ain't famous at all. I'm like, just treat her good. I don't really know her that well, but treat her good. But I'll tell you how degenerate my family is. My brother's such a degenerate. He's institutionalized. He can't get out of prison. He just doesn't know how to operate outside of prison, right? He's so institutionalized. He has, I believe, 2 or 3 daughters that my cousin has had to adopt. Crazy work. I can't even be close to my brothers because 2 of the 3 are complete degenerates. One's institutionalized. I don't even know where he locked up at. The other one is, I think he works at a dispensary, so he smokes weed all day. And the other one, he's cool. My oldest half brother, he's tight. He's cool. I like him. But he's battling some alcoholism. So it's like, it's tough. It's really tough, man. It's really tough. And I don't know about you guys, but as I've gotten older, I want to be close to family. I want to have a tighter knit with my family. I just got back from visiting my mom. And now that I have a daughter, I want to be closer to my family. I really do. But it's tough. Everybody's got their own problems. Everybody's so busy. And I don't know about you guys, but when I was growing up, Thanksgiving came around, everybody was at Grandma and Pa's house. Christmas came around, everybody got together. I'm talking, we had 20, 30, 40 deep. There's a lot of people. Nowadays, it's like, we get together, it's 6 or 8 of us, at max. But when I was a kid in the 90s, bro, it was awesome. Being around 40 people, I'm around a dozen of my cousins. Come on. That was so much fun. Riding bikes, throwing the ball, playing soccer, playing football. eating a bunch of food. Oh, well, my aunt, she makes these and I love this. Oh, my uncle makes this and I love this. Oh, my other aunt or my grandma makes this. That sense of community was there. We don't really have that anymore. It's kind of gone. It truly is sad. It truly is sad. I miss it, bro. And it sucks because I know I can't give the same childhood to my daughter that I was given as a kid. Families just aren't as big. God, these treats smell so bad. God. Loki, jeez. These smell as bad as the Moana reviews. Free. Sit. Shake. Good boy. Free. Go to your place. God, those smell atrocious, bro. Those smell so bad. Jesus. Those are terrible. But you know what I'm saying, chat? When we was younger, it was different. Go to these family functions, everybody's there. So much fun. It's not really the case anymore, you know? So, it sucks. It really does. But, I digress. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's always good to have you guys out. Put in the comments, if you stayed around this long, put dumpster fire in the comments. If you stayed around this long. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. It's good to have you guys out, man. Until next time. Peace.
Now Legion of Men.
Welcome back, tribe. The economy is crashing faster than people realize. Let's see.
Damn, you know the economy's down bad when you got all these cars at a Kia dealership.
Wow.
Well, this video
Those are crazy. Those are crazy trade-ins for a Kia dealer.
Guys, when you're getting out of high school, I mean, you guys are gonna have it rough. I'm a contractor, and I give prices to these older people, and the disconnect between how much stuff is and what it was is. Give you an example. So these older people are still treating like $100 bill like it's a $100 bill, when realistically the $100 bill is the new 20. It's the new 20. So I remember, so get this, me out of high school, $10 an hour was like good money. Shit, $12 an hour was like you were living good, you could afford your own place. You know what that equivalent is today?
I was making $7 and some change, and I felt good.
Not the CPI lie information. You're looking at $28 to $29 an hour. That's what you'd have to make coming out of high school to make what I made back then. So yeah, the disconnect with these older people, I mean, nothing's going to change until these guys actually wake up to what's going on. I don't think they are. They're in denial. So yeah, good luck.
I want to be very transparent in saying that, man, it's slow. It's very slow being in residential service plumbing right now in Texas, and
construction in Atlanta, remodeling specifically. I don't know anybody that's in the old economy that's doing well. And by old economy, guys, you have to understand, when they say there's record stock price, record growth, there is, but it's certain sectors. Like if you're in tech, if you're in AI, if you're in that business there, construction specifically of the AI sector, you've never done better. Like it is quite literally raining money from every direction you're looking at. And we promise kids that if you just go to college and you get your 4-year degree and you come back out with a job and, you know, eventually you retire working for, that's gone, dude. That's gone. The path they sold us, excuse me, is completely gone for almost everybody. You cannot make it anymore in this modern economy doing it the old way that they taught us. We were having this conversation in the private community. Like, you know, it used to be a luxury to call yourself an entrepreneur and to be like a hustler, because the safe route, the standard route was you just simply go to college, you get that degree, and once you have that diploma, you're able to get a job that pays for pretty much anything you need. You could afford a family, you know, house, kids, all that stuff. Not anymore. Now you need a side hustle. You need a side hustle just to make ends meet. just to make ends meet, not extra money to save. You got to Uber, you got to DoorDash, you got to do all this crazy shit just to get walk some dogs in the neighborhood and all that, just to make ends meet, which is crazy to think about. So now this whole like hustle grind, it's not even cringe anymore. It's like it's a reality of life. You have to do that in order to potentially get ahead, but for sure pay the current bills you have. So you don't have to wake up in like a nightmare if I'm like one missed overtime away from falling behind on bills. That's crazy, dude. That's insane. This is not sustainable. Yeah, so now it's like the path they sold us, go down that nice, well-lit path. It's dead now. You got to get a machete in your hand. So I was telling the guys the other day, you got to get a machete in your hand. You got to go blaze your own trail. Not out of luxury because you're a different kind of thinker, but because it's a necessity to survival today. That's not a healthy economy.
I am debating on whether or not it's a company thing or a local thing or a statewide thing. If anybody has any insight on this job market and the pain and maybe the business of plumbing or service, feel free to give some encouragement to the other guys that may be experiencing some slow seasons here.
See, in plumbing, I bet you if he's plumbing around those AI warehouses and infrastructure data centers and chip fabs and everything that they're building, I bet you he's like, he would get poached. He would get... If you're a young guy, because I know it's hard to move with the family and stuff, but dude, it's a do or die right now. If you're a young guy and you got tradesman skills, you absolutely need to get into one of these companies that are working around all these sites that are being deployed. You need to be contracting for Meta and all these other companies, XAI and OpenAI and anybody, NVIDIA, everybody building out the infrastructure for the next tens of trillions of dollars coming into the economy in value, which will be AI adjacent. You need to go there. You have to move. There are so many jobs that are open and they're paying buku money, but you got to move. You got to leave your small town. You got to leave your family. You got to leave a lot of this shit. If you got kids and you're married, it's harder because how are you going to move? Your wife's going to lose her job, or your kids are already out of school, or, you know, that shit's hard because, well, if you got already good experience and you're good at your craft, you could probably land the job right away because they're that desperate. If you're fresh and you got nothing, like you had white collar work the rest of your life, yeah, that move's almost impossible for you. You're not going to go to get trained and your family's going to survive on what you're training. Like, you need income. So it sucks. If you're a young dude, though, absolutely look into all of this.
And not seeing the payoff at the very moment. Giving encouragement is always helpful.
America's largest home builder, Lennar, just announced a huge slash in the amount of homes they will be building this year. And why is that? They said due to the high interest rates and the affordability of the building materials is why. So you're going to see a lot of new construction slow down. I'm sure a lot of other builders are going to follow same suit with America's largest builder. And that will be good for all of us, because for all of those resale homes out there sitting around, the new construction will get gobbled up first, and then the resales will finally start selling again. A lot of you guys were complaining that you were in competition as a seller with new construction. Well, here's your chance. So hopefully we'll clear out some inventory. Prices will go down.
Yeah, prices are too high. It's not, unfortunately, prices will go down. The sellers are greedy. Your houses are up like 30-40% in some areas. Yep. At all-time highs. They've barely started coming down like 10-15%. Some markets got hit harder than others depending on where you live, but it's still too high. And then interest rates are climbing up and up. This Iran war stuff, the energy crunch, and everything else, the printing of constant money. We're deeper in debt as a nation. That stuff's not changing. That's an irreversible course that we're on. Our government now wants $1.5 trillion for the Pentagon budget for war. That means more printing. Whether you want the war or you don't want the war, it doesn't matter. That means printer goes brr. Printer's running at max speed, which means your dollar's going to be worth less, which means assets that are against the dollar keep rising. So there's no point in holding dollars. So houses will continue to at least maintain their price or keep going up. Despite what anybody tells you about, there's like record low buyers. They can't afford it. Yeah, well, also the dollar is worth less and less and less. So at the same time, it's such a weird situation to be in. or stagflation. At the same time, while nobody has money to buy shit, the dollar is also not worth shit. So prices just stay where they are. And it's infuriating to a lot of people because you're seeing we have record low. We're like below 2009. We're below the housing crash in some numbers, either the amount of buyers, closes, or something like that. The numbers are horrendous, but it's stubborn. The price will stay stubborn because we're printing away any perceived value drop in assets. And people don't understand this. Dude, you have to lock in a property. You have to lock in a house. Something. Like, that's probably the first thing you should do if you don't have any assets, is you have to figure out the giant gap from I make almost nothing to like I need to own my own house somehow, or a piece of property, something I could put down a modular home on later, something, because this shit's going to keep getting more expensive. There's no 08, 09 repeating where houses like lose like half of their value, right? That's over. That's done.
Fortunately, it looks like you may have to drop your price if you're a resale, but that's kind of the normal way of things. And if you're looking to sell faster, then you have to be more motivated. You either have to make improvements to your property or lower the price.
We've been in a recession for a while now, I think. One of the biggest signs is anything that used to be a little bit free is gone, even just a few years ago. At my gym now, you have to pay if you want to use a towel. So if you want towel service, you want a towel while you work out, you have to be along to the membership with the towels. And my favorite restaurant used to give little like bite-sized desserts. You wouldn't pay for them. It was just like a little thank you. It was just a little bite, but they haven't done that in years. Self-checkout at the grocery store is kind of the strongest example because they're getting you to do the work. They're actually saving on labor. So do they give you a free bag? No, you're still going to pay for every bag you use.
64 square foot micro apartment in San Francisco for $750 a month. And it has no kitchen whatsoever, and you have to share a bathroom with 8 people. So this is fast becoming a trend of micro apartments and pod apartments popping up throughout the United States, particularly in the more expensive locations like San Francisco. Apparently, personal space does not matter whatsoever now. And so let me show you this luxury 64 square foot apartment for $750 a month in San Francisco. So what I'm showing you here is the entire apartment. There's no other rooms, no other doors, no place to put your clothing. This shit is the entire apartment. Now here's the bath.
Hey bro, isn't it, this is crazy.
That you'll share with us.
Isn't it worth it to just buy a piece of land for like $12,000, $15,000? Just put a modular home on there for like, a modular home is also like $15,000, $7,000. I've seen it for $7,000, and they're bigger than this, or this size but nicer. Like at this point, it's getting desperate. They want you to pay how much? $750 a month for? How much is this going for in San Francisco if they're asking for $750 a month? What is this?
To be honest, just buy a mobile home. That's probably like the best you can get. Like, well, how much are mobile homes? I'll look it up later.
$500,000. Like, this is insane, bro. This is robbery. This kind of shit, it should be illegal. Like, people need to be going to jail for this shit. Like, the state of the economy, when the fuck are we going to jail politicians? People should be in prison for this. This is what it looks like when your country is being sold out from under you. This is crazy.
Up to 8 people, 1 stand-up shower, 1 sink,
this
and
is prison,
1 toilet for up to 8 people. Now, this room is considered the luxury apartment. As you notice, this has a window. Not all of them have windows, so this one's going to cost you a little more, up to $900 a month. Now, this is communal living, so each floor here shares a bathroom.
This is prison, bro. They brought in the prison system into the world. Everybody shares a bathroom. You all get your little fucking cell.
And here's the building in question, located between the financial district and Chinatown. But this, and of course, pod apartments, yes, pod apartments, are going to become more common, I guess we'll say. So what do you think about living in a 64 square foot, basically walk-in closet for $750 a month, or with a window $900 a month? Got to share that toilet with 8 strangers, remember that.
If you're ever questioning the economy and how bad it is, but yet you see people in the stores spending tons of money, the shelves are never full.
Bro, I just had a thought. You know, like this apartment setup here, an American would never accept this, right? But the people they brought in, the 20 million plus, the how many illegals, the people coming from the third world, they would gladly accept that shit. That's like great conditions for people that come from places that don't have running water or electricity or brownouts or God knows what other area of earth they're from. Like, so of course you can make a ton. These are people that are profiting off the broken. Politicians, heads need to roll. This is crazy.
Got to share that toilet with 8 strangers, remember that.
If you're ever questioning the economy and how bad it is, but yet you see people in the stores spending tons of money, the shelves are never full, people are out to the movies and dinner and doing everything, well, it's because there's a big part of the population of the USA that are doing actually really good right now. I would say about 40%, about 109 million people are doing fine. You know, they're getting by. They can go spend money. They're doing great. You know, they're holding those high-end jobs, those more coveted positions. They're doing all right. Their kids are going to great schools. They're doing great. But 60% of Americans are not doing fine.
And that number is growing, by the way. We're headed into an economy of like a winner takes all, and people don't see this shit. I talked about this months ago, the bifurcation. There's going to be an economy where businesses are going to pretty much, it's going to be the poors that have nothing. And then it's going to be whatever's left of business will be just serving high-end clientele. But it's not even high-end. It's just the rich, the wealthy, because they're hoarding more and more wealth as a proportion of society. Their percentages are insane. The percentage of wealth that wealthy people are accumulating versus the middle and lower classes is crazy. And this is causing a split in the economy. There will be no reason for you to start a business to service poor people or the middle class in the future. You can only survive by servicing the ones with money, which is an increasingly smaller percentage of people. So 60-40, just take that number at face value. But 20 years from now, that's probably going to look like 80-20.
You are out and about. You are seeing the haves and have-nots, because those 60% of Americans, they're not going out. Those aren't the people spending buku bucks out there. And if they are, they're running up debt because they're desperate and they need things. That's the reality right now. And 60% is a failing grade. So I don't want to hear this argument that the economy is doing better than ever. Sure, maybe for some. But again, we are the United States. This is why social programs matter. This is why pay matters. I just saw a gentleman that works at a warehouse that said he had 40 employees that were working there typically. Now they have 14 for the past couple years, and the company's still making record profits off of their backs. All these corporations are running lean as hell, and they're paying their employees as little as they can and making them pick up the slack from all the people they've been cutting. So this economy is not doing good. Like I said, maybe for a few, but if it's not benefiting all Americans, then it is failing. And we need to make change. That's the point.
We now live in a world where it is cheaper to go and rent a vehicle for your delivery service or your Ubering service or whatever the case may be for the day or for the hours. It is cheaper to do that than to own a vehicle and pay for a vehicle. I'm up here picking up my rental vehicle, and there are swarms of people who are just here to pick up Uber Eats vehicles and Uber vehicles.
That shit's crazy. And this is what I told you about the hustle. You know what's scary about this shit? Bro, you're on the clock. They have robo-taxis already. Like, Tesla's starting to roll out the robo-taxis. They're going to be everywhere. They're going to kill Waymo, but Waymo already exists in some cities. It's just they need to actually get enough driving data to use it. Tesla doesn't, because of their camera system's completely different. They're not using LiDAR. They use real cameras that act like eyes, so they could drive anywhere on any road in any condition. Once they're ubiquitous, they're taking away even your side hustles. Do you understand that you won't be even doing delivery? There will be no more door dashing with people. You just go outside and the car will open as you get close to it. There's no more taxis with people in it. It's just going to be the bot autonomously. If you've never been in one, it's crazy to see, dude. I highly recommend you try. If you live in an area where Waymo services you or where the Tesla robo-taxis are, go try it to see. We're going towards mass automation. A lot of these jobs, the bullshit jobs or the little side hustles that you could do, that's going away, man. We don't have much time. That's why I said it feels like if you don't make it in the next 5 years, you're not gonna make it. That's why people feel so down on the future, because the old path, they just cut it off. Like every little job or whatever menial task that was required for work, that's all going away. So like a vast majority of people got nothing else to do. They got no skills. They got really no potential to move into all this other high tech shit. You know, funny, they used to say learn to code, but it's really just learn to fucking make it in the next 5 years somehow, some way. It's not a fair system. It's never really been fair, but it's never been as unfair as it is today, considering the access that we should have to life-changing technologies and opportunities. Where? For the average person, where? If you're gifted cognitively, you're going to make it easier than it's ever been. For a person that's got good ideas and just lacked a team or the money, the finances to get started, your execution speed has never been better. You can literally build like a team of AI agents that can help you. You have a lawyer, you have an accountant, you have literally everything you ever need that used to cost tens of thousands of dollars. But what do we do for the average person that's just not there? Like, they have bots that clean up. Have you been in QTs recently, Quick Trips, or some other? Dude, they have robots that just clean the floor now. You remember that used to be a person's job.
Yeah,
People used to do that. Now they're all over hospitals. They're all over big stores. They're just autonomous bots doing the cleaning. Soon they have autonomous bots cleaning the bathroom. They're going to have autonomous bots doing all the menial labor tasks. That transportation. You know, one of the largest sectors of the economy for men is trucking. Dude, trucking's going to get eliminated. Where do men go? My only answer, and it's a temporary answer that sets you up at least to get ahead, at least to set yourself up before who knows where we'll be in the next 20 years, is like get in the trade specifically for the AI stuff, or go learn about the AI stuff in certain terms of research. Or if you already got the hustler entrepreneur mentality, use AI to augment yourself 10x to be 10 times the person you could be with versus without it. I had no other answer for you, because you got to go where the economy's pointing, and that's there. Literally, it seems like the entire economy is funneling into AI. That's what it seems like.
They solely rent them to Uber people and to pick people's food up.
What is going on in Texas? Texas real estate. San Antonio has over 13,500 homes for sale. That's a lot. But Dallas-Fort Worth area, over 28,000.
No one's buying, bro.
What is going on in Texas?
In my neighborhood alone, I've watched multiple signs come up on houses. I've only been here for like 6-7 months, since January, in this neighborhood. There's already 4 for sale signs that have come up in the past 60 days, on top of the 2 or 3 that I saw just on my street alone, not the entire neighborhood, just on my street. And the lady next to me, nice old lady, talk to her at times. She just bought her house last year. She's done for. It's over. Like, you're stuck here. And I'm not in a nice area. Okay, most people would consider it nice, but the area itself. But in general, the for sale signs are just everywhere. Everywhere.
This real estate, prices are coming down, and people are going to start getting desperate. The spring selling season's over. That's all done. So if you were looking to sell your home...
My homie just sold his house too. That's what's funny. You see this like bifurcated economy. My friend listed his house, 400 and some change. Dude is gone in 10 days. Sold it like that.
In the Dallas or San Antonio area, good luck. You missed your opportunity. In all likelihood, unless you keep lowering the price, it's not going to sell. But just know this, Texas real estate is in big trouble, and prices are going to go in one direction, and that's down. Inventory keeps climbing. As inventory climbs and new homes come online and everything else, it's just a bunch of empty homes sitting there. Let me know what you think in the comments, and like and follow for more. We're going to be talking about Texas real estate over the next couple of months, because it's in big trouble.
So I'm in the middle of selling my house right now and looking for apartments in and around the DMV area. And I'm not gonna lie, I was not prepared for the sticker shock of how much these apartments are going for these days, man. Like for context, we bought that house in 2021. We've been there for 5 going on 6 years now. And as a result of that, I was insulated from the inflation everybody else has been going through because my cost of living has been fairly static last 5 years. Now, I'm seeing apartments, shoeboxes in the DMV area, not even DC. I'm just talking about in the surrounding areas and even in Baltimore. They want almost $2,200 for a shoebox, not even 700 square feet. Now, thankfully, I can afford it. I'm not going to like it, but I can make it work if need be. But I just found myself thinking like, damn, if this is what everybody else is going through, it's no wonder everybody's struggling right now. Like we are literally being squeezed on both ends. All these landlords and apartment communities are weaponizing the fact that the barrier for entry into home ownership is so high and impossible right now for most people, and are squeezing people for every dollar they got in their pocket right now. And it's crazy because it was not always this way. I'm not even talking about back in the 2000s. I'm talking about as recently as like 2020. Before we bought this house, we was living in an apartment in Largo. We paid $1,500 for a luxury, 800 square foot apartment. That same apartment right now goes for $2,100, if not $2,200, right? And that's before parking, that's before utilities and everything else. Like, this shit is insane, bro. And it's like, how the f are young people supposed to get ahead? Young people just starting their careers, young people trying to get out their mama house, young people's trying to start a family. How the f are they supposed to get ahead? If they're not even being given a chance to grow financially or to save, like, how the f is that possible?
Hey, it's Joe from Georgia. This is big real estate news, folks, because a lot of people haven't been paying attention because of everything else going on in the United States about the real estate market, and especially in the state of Texas. You know, folks, Texas was bringing in tons of people from other states to move into Texas the last few years. Well, folks, right now in the state of Texas, there are hundreds of thousands of listings, homes for sale. And those homes have been on the market for a while. Places like Dallas, San Antonio, and Houston, tons of homes are on the market. And what are the prices doing? Folks, the prices are dropping. And the only way you're going to be able to sell a home now, I mean, we're in the middle of summer, folks.
You can sell it. I like how the homeowners are panicking. Your shit's over. Your shit is too much. Let's just be completely honest. If your price goes prior to 2020, your house sells. They don't want to. So they're saying prices are falling fast. Yeah, from like all-time highs. This is 2021 price right here. This is where they're at right here. And it's like prices are falling fast. Hey, bro, the gap from here to 2020 is still fucking massive. Your house is overpriced, like completely overvalued out of your ass. And no one wants to pay for it. No one's trying to pay you what you're asking for. If you put a fair price, people will buy. There are plenty of people waiting to pull the trigger on a fairly priced home. Who the fuck's trying to pay these prices with the interest rates of today? You're going to get locked into a house at like $2,500, $3,200. No, thank you, bro. That's insane.
Usually people buy in the spring or late in the fall, but right now in the middle of the summer, they're not buying homes. And you're seeing prices dropping. And that's the only way these people are going to be able to move these homes because, folks, people have quit moving to Texas. As a matter of fact, a lot of people are moving out of Texas. But right now, the real estate market in Texas is stagnant. And folks, they're just not selling homes. Hundreds of thousands of them are listed for sale. And folks, just a few years ago, there were very few homes for sale in Texas, but not anymore because people are leaving Texas.
I was let go Friday from my job after 16 years. I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know what I'm going to do.
It's bad out here. I am cleaning out my condo. I'm moving, and I came up here to the gas station to put the donations in the box. There was a lady there that was actually trying to reach in the box to take stuff out. So when I got out, she said, "Can I have the stuff that you're about to donate?" Well, of course you can. And she went on to start saying, like, "I'm homeless, I'm not on drugs, I'm not this." I says, "Ma'am, you don't have to tell me any of that. You're welcome to all of it." It's a lot. It's a lot going on right now.
It should be illegal for corporations like Walmart to cut employee hours to maximize profit. Everyone in my store is down, and we are already short-staffed, and we are 2 weeks out from inventory, and we are not prepared. And they took 6 hours from me this week, 6 hours from me next week, and already last year they took my second job code to go do something else in the store, so I'm already doing the job of 2 people in 40 hours by myself. Like, I'm not gonna meet these expectations, and it's gonna fuck with me. I'm gonna be so far behind and so stressed out. So far behind and so stressed out.
Your enemy is Republicans and Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
Your enemy is the swamp. All politicians. Fuck left versus right. All of them. All of them. When people like this wake up finally and stop blaming Democrats or Republicans, just say all of you are the problem. If you're a politician, you're the problem. And we want to see heads start to roll. Then you'll have your change. Until then, bro, you're going to live in poverty. I'm telling you. Everybody. It's bread and circuses out here. The bread is stale. Hell, you're not getting bread. You're getting crumbs. And too many people keep accepting the crumbs still. And the circus, that shit hasn't been running in a minute. And people still fill up the seats, waiting for the show to start.
Yep.
I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of this.
How are people holding up in this economy? Because the economy right now is bizarre. It's trash right now. Garbage. I don't know if it's the dope. I don't know what it is. How there's not an uproar about this.
The dope.
Everyone's just taking it.
Why do you think they legalize weed? You got fent zombies everywhere. I can't go to the gym without seeing a fent zombie doing some crazy stretches right over. Like he's folding himself in half, bro, and he's somehow sitting in that position. His back doesn't hurt nothing. Fent zombies could be like world-class fucking Olympic champions in whatever involves those kinds of stretches. Send them over there to do gymnastics and shit, and they'll crush it. Just put them on fent, and they'll do crazy. Promise them there's a mountain of fent at the end of whatever the like gymnastics thing is. They will crush it. You know how mobile these people are? Have you seen the way they twist themselves? It's fucking insane, bro. I can't go lift a weight without seeing them all over the streets. Fuck.
Easy. And if they do have jobs, the jobs don't pay. How are you guys surviving on $7 an hour, $12 an hour, $11, and especially in the South? Let's not even talk about the cities. How are people getting by? The credit card rates must be through the roof. This is why I'm a huge supporter for Medicare for all, child care for all, raising the minimum wage. Forget raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour.
Bro, oh my God, dude. This is, you see, they don't understand. Okay, if you raise the minimum wage just for no reason, just like that, guess what happens to the prices of everything?
Goes up.
Can we stop the printer first? Can we stop printing dollars? Can we back them with actually hard assets like gold and other shit? Like back in the day, can we stop them from just devaluing the currency? It's a central bank and a government issue first. A lot of this shit would sort itself out if we deal with the bankers first. People are asking for gimme that's. This is why they win vote. This is why your politicians, they know already. Gimme that. Gimme. I will give you minimum wages. We will give you more childcare. Printer goes brr, brr. We'll raise minimum wages to $30. Your burger is now $40. They keep printing the dollars and owning the assets. This is why they made school so shit. It's like people don't know shit, which is easy for them to be taken advantage of when you're ignorant. And then they offer you the solution to the problem they're causing. And you eat that shit up. And you're like, yes, they're going to save me. Yeah, I'm going to vote so fucking hard. And Trump's going to save me. Trump didn't save shit. The next dude after Trump, whoever it is, say Democrats win, they put in some other stooge in there, just a puppet. Yeah, they're going to save us, Democrat. Yes. Nah, shit, going to happen. Hey, we've had these two parties for how long now? And in the last 50, 60 years, each one has gotten into power. Where's the country headed? Down. Hey, you want to make another bet? If you're a trader, you want to make a bet where the economy's headed, where the country's headed in the next 50, 60 years. Doesn't matter who comes out on top of the two parties. The trend is your friend, bro. I'm betting down. That's just the reality. Anyways, what's some of the comments say? No way to buy, no way to rent, illegal to sleep in your car. They just want us dead and gone. The middle class is disappearing at light speed. This is the Great Reset. Yeah, $1 or our dollars being destroyed deliberately. Politicians have destroyed this country. Finally, look at that. Somebody with a brain. The government and corporate America hoped the consumer would stay asleep forever. Too many are still asleep. Back in the summer of 2000, I made $25 an hour as a programmer. My friends were all blown away. I was literally making at least 2 to 3x what everyone else was making. Now, $25 an hour is just above minimum wage. For real. We've been in a recession and on our way to a depression. For 750, that apartment looks like prison. Yeah, dude, it's a cell. They call them pods. They give it funny names. You want to live in your pod. This isn't the fucking future. Bitch, you're not keeping me alive for years. Fucking cryopod. Get in your cryopod. We'll wake you up in 10,000 years. No, bro, you put me in a prison cell. And then you're charging me for it. Hey, you think things are bad now? Just wait until next year. I missed the 90s taking me back. Ah, what a beautiful time when you didn't worry about shit. Everybody was still pretty decently chill with one another. Nobody had cameras everywhere. The internet wasn't as ubiquitous. We couldn't see the worst side of everything. We get to look in the mirror now. We look at the truth of what our society is. Everybody's got a camera and everybody's holding up proof of what we live in, who we live with. And it's an ugly picture and we don't like it. And it's also a good way to distract us from our pockets being picked. But, yeah. Anyways, 5 years. You're on the clock. Technically 4 years, because I said that last year.
Yeah,
and shit got
4 years.
Measurably worse.
Oh, he's not wrong. Tell him the truth. All right, one more video from the Red Leather Podcast.
Oh. Anyone would want to become a realtor right now is beyond me and tells me a lot about you as a person and a business person. The real estate market right now is in a hellhole. It's probably one of the worst markets since 2008. Sellers are foreclosing on their homes because they can't sell their homes for what they bought them for because they overpaid for them a few years ago. So their payoff balance costs more than what the actual market will allow them to sell for. Interest rates are through the roof, and the Trump administration cannot lower the rates because of inflation and the economy. So it's more expensive for buyers to buy. First-time home buyers can't even buy homes that they can afford because housing prices are insane. Plus, insurance is insane. Taxes are insane. It's not a...
My uncle, my mama, my cousin, my mother, my grandma's insane. My uncle has been trying to sell his house for 2 years, and he won't take less than $1 million. Therefore, he hasn't been able to sell his home in 2 years because he won't take less than $1 million. But he's also in a position where he'd rather keep it than get less. Right? But imagine if he wasn't in that position. He'd have to sell it for less. Or stats are in, buddy. It's never going to sell for this price. Or it might take you another 2 years. Point is this is my point. Real quick. Look at this. Let me just explain something to you real fast. $350,000. Basic, 3-bedroom, 3-bath. Oh, it's not basic. It's 2,400 square feet. Basic home, okay? In Alabama. Alabama, $350,000 from downtown. I think that speaks for the entire country right there. Most people, your average person is going to go, really? Yeah, it's the market. I'll rent.
Market that people are just flourishing in. And I'm getting so many DMs and emails of realtors blowing me up. If I don't respond on TikTok, they message me on Instagram or they emailing me. Kristen, I see you're a real estate broker. I see this. I'm getting my license. Do you have any advice? My advice is to do your research.
I did some research for you guys right here. These stats are in. Your average real estate agent, first year agent, earns between $10,000 to $35,000. So you're going to have another job. All right. When I bartended, half the staff was real estate agents, all women. I don't know what that's about. My other homie, black dude, has a YouTube channel called Call Me Shape, real estate agent, whole year, no sale. He claims because he's black. And then I thought about it and I was like, yeah, you don't really see any black real estate agents that are dudes. That's just something you don't really see often. It's a very rare breed. So anyways, you check him out. Call me Shape. He's got a YouTube channel. He's a cool guy. Right here. Middle 50% range earned between 38,000 and 85K per year. So basically half of them are making enough. 85K a year, that's pretty good. That's pretty chill. That's nice. I ain't mad about that. Okay, but you got to remember, this is kind of the average. And I would say that's even a little skewed, you know, right here. Top 10% earn 125 grand a year tops and more. So 10% of these people. And we're in a not so great market, unless you're just in the rich people market, you know. I feel like the luxury sales are probably pretty chill, you know, and then you can just make one sale, you know, sell a $5 million house. Well, 3% commish. They'll take care of your whole year. Just saying.
Advice is, why are you trying to come into an industry that people are literally struggling, going through foreclosure, going through bankruptcy? Realtors are having to quit, go get a 9-to-5. Realtors are doing 10 times more the amount of work. That alone tells me you have done no research other than scrolling on TikTok and Instagram and seeing the lifestyle that a lot of us realtors live. But baby, only 1.5% of us, only 1.5% of realtors who get their real estate license make this a career.
Wait, how many?
And even we are struggling. We're just doing enough to get by right now. It's a struggle. Make this a career. Only 1.5% of us, only 1.5% of realtors who get their real estate license make this a career. And even
Well, that makes sense because it's commission. Most people don't do well on commission, even though that's where the real money is. And it might take you 5 years, 7 years to get good at it and start making like good money. Most people don't have it in them. They don't. And it's easy to obtain a real estate license. Not easy. You got to study and take a test. Sure. But I'm sure I could go get one. No problem. I'll have one within the next 3 to 6 months if I wanted to. Doesn't mean I'm going to just start making buku bucks. But I'm willing to bet if I really tried, I'm a commission kind of guy. Most people aren't like that though. So I'm not actually surprised by that number, because you got to be a bit psycho. And the market was flooded too, right? Like how many people tried to be real estate agents? It's like everybody trying to be a content creator. It's like a very finite amount of people are going to make that work. Got to be a level of delusional and good enough to make that work. I feel like it's not the same concept, but I would say it's probably just as hard, a little less hard, but to be a real estate agent. And if you start now, the cool news, in a bad market and you're able to weather that storm 2, 3, 4 years from now, and you just thug that out, you're going to get used to the no one's buying. Ooh, boy, when the market picks up, you'll be happy you did. You'll be happy you didn't quit. Come the top 1.5%, or the top 10%, I think it was.
we are struggling. We're just doing enough to get by right now. It's a struggle. You have to work 10 times as hard. 10 times as hard. I've had listings that we've had open houses at for months. And most of the problem with these realtors, they were either OnlyFans models, bottle girls, or you were in some other industry, or you don't want to go to school.
Men love buying houses from hot chicks. Studies are in. Harvard did a study on it. I think I was down in Princeton and I was at Yale. We were rowing crew. No, I'm just kidding.
Or you don't want to show up. So you think getting your real estate license is going to be the quickest way to success and the easiest way to success. And you find out this shit is a lot of work. What do you mean I can go 3 or 4 months without getting a paycheck? What do you mean I have to steward my funds and save majority of my commission check? What do you mean I get paid $10,000 this one closing, but I might not get paid for 2 more months? So let me not go blow this on a Chanel bag. It's real estate is so much more than what you guys see on Instagram. Or
just in case you need to hear this, I don't care what industry it is. You want to make substantial money, 120 grand plus a year. I don't care what business it is. Ain't none of it easy. None of it. Some people are lucky. Bitcoin, sure. I get that. Absolutely. Cool. When I'm talking about regular schmegular, none of it's easy. Zero of it. In case you need to hear that. But it's possible.
For selling Sunset. So my best advice for you guys that continue to message me and email me wanting the lifestyle is, are you actually willing to put forth the work to do what you need to do to make money consistently? And two, what are your intentions for doing this? Do you truly want to be an expert in real estate? Or do you just want the lifestyle that you're seeing people live?
So I'm setting this to friends only.
Why anyone?
I'm going to say, I think I would fare pretty well. I like, this is my first job where I didn't have to move around a lot in a long time. I've always had jobs where it's we're either on the road, we're going to jobs, different houses, different areas to do jobs, kind of traveling. I like that. For me, that's fun, moving around a lot. I'm a commission kind of guy. So I think if you are that kind of person, like for me, I think real estate would be something I could be like, yeah, I could get good at that. Might take me 3 to 5 years to really get good at it, but I could get good at it. So I think that is cool, but I think most people, no offense, but would rather have a job kind of like this. Maybe not performative, but like more just show up to the same place every day, kind of do the same thing. You know what's going on. There's not too many curveballs happening. Every week or every bi-weekly, you get your check, a little more secure, you know what you're doing. Not so many moving parts. With real estate, you're kind of a self-starter, almost your own boss. You're on the road. You got to go here, go there, appointments, people canceling on you. It's a lot. You got to sell people over the phone who you never met. So that is something to think about. For me, it'd be great. I like moving around. I like that. It would be fun. I can only last about 4 to 5 hours in here before I'm like, I'm going nuts. I got to get the hell out of here. So just throwing that out there. So if that sounds like something you'd like and you're cool with commissions and like the long route, yeah, I think it will pay off for you. Don't let her discourage you. Your experience will be different. I'm in Atlanta and I'm doing good as well as my colleagues. Sure, there'll be times where business may not be as busy, but if you can handle your finances correctly, it will be okay. I let my license expire. Yeah, a lot of people just give up. Let me see. As a potential buyer, I just want to know when the market is going to turn around for me. I'm wondering the same thing. I'd really like to know myself. Being a realtor is not easy. I can confirm. Well, how many realtors have a second job? I would say probably most of them, yeah. Let's see. How many realtors have a second job? Let's see. They have information on everything nowadays. This is just incredible. Approximately 46% of real estate agents hold a second job, according to the industry research from Redfin and some other thing. Because the real estate market frequently fluctuates, around 33 to 50%. Even most established realtors take on secondary roles to stabilize their finances. Typical second jobs for real estate agents. Yeah, so there you go. You have that information right there. Makes sense. I get it. My grandmother bought her home in the 80s in Culver City for $40K. Same home is for $3.2 million. It's crazy. Yeah, but is that house ever going to really sell for that? Might sell for $1 million. Culver City's like California. I love Cali, but I don't know, dude. Like, I think a lot of these places are going to be sitting there with a make-believe price on the Zillow listing for ever until they have to just rent it out, and then nobody rents it, and they're going to drop the price on that. I believe it's good for established realtor, but not right for a person who wants to start now at this moment. I completed my courses, and after digging more, I decided not to pursue. At the end, we need a job that is sustainable in this economy to provide for our families. There's not time to wait, especially when we don't know how long the economy will be this bad.
True.
Yeah, I think a lot of people got into the real estate game just going, yeah, dude, hearts, stars, and horseshoes, clovers, and balloons. Nothing worthwhile when it comes to money is going to be easy. None of it. None of it. Zero of it. So I think it's great for people who are psychotic or like to be out and about, moving and grooving, dress kind of nice, and you're cool with that commission lifestyle. But we weren't prepped for commissions. None of us were. Well, some of us were. I kind of was. But whatever. A hell of a talk. I wish you all the best. I don't think it's a bad idea for you. You just got to, I don't know, maybe they don't teach you this. Maybe they don't just tell you. They just really be like, yeah, you just sell houses. Super easy. You make a big $35,000 paycheck every time you sell a home. Sell a $5 million house. $150,000 commission, dude. It's so simple. I don't think it's that easy, but it can be done. Unreal.
I'm gonna call this a day. Good night, everybody.